Right now, you have to study hard. You have to make sure that you're in good condition or relationship with your professor, with your preceptor, all those stuff, because they can be one of your references. They can help you land that job. Just do it. I'm telling you everything, all the secrets, because I want you to get that job and make a difference on people's life. And at the same time, make moolah. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Scripts to Freedom, where I talk about my life as a personal support worker here in Canada, the salary transparency of being a PSW, how do I manage and budget my monthly salary, or where do I invest my personal support worker salary throughout my entire career. But in today's video, there's a lot of you guys who are asking in my TikTok channel and in my YouTube channel how to find or land a job as a personal support worker here in Canada. So here's the thing, there's a lot of demand of being a personal support worker in Canada, whether it's in GTA, whether it's in south of Ontario, whether it's in north of Ontario, or it's all over Canada. They're basically everywhere. It's just like, you know, some jobs offered like casual, part-time, or full-time. But if you're like me, who wants to work as a full-time to get all of the benefits of the company, stay tuned, because I'm gonna show you exactly how what I did 2 years ago. I think 2 years ago, I was like applying to every like long-term care in Toronto until I got a job in Atlantic provinces in Nova Scotia. And then I got a call from here in 2 hours away from Ontario that I got the job. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so let's talk about step one. You have to have personal support worker certificate. Most of the long-term care or hospital or community, I'd say most, okay? I'd say most of them requires you to have a PSW certificate. From private colleges or any DLI or designated learning institution. If you're an international student like me, you know that, or any public colleges in Ontario, Canada. Also, if you are in different province, there's different name of PSW. Like for example, in Vancouver, I think, or in British Columbia, PSW is called HCA or Healthcare Aid. So does in Calgary. On the east part of Canada, I think, I'm not sure, PSW is personal care attendant or something like that. So you have to have that certificate, or else I'd say probably 90% they're gonna say no to your application. So you have to finish your program. It's fairly easy. It's 6 months compressed to 1 year program. I did my program 2 years ago, I think 2 years ago, on a 1 year program basis. It's fairly easy, guys. You can do it. Anyone can do it. Personal support worker program is easy. Anyone can do it, but the job, I'd say not everyone can do it. Before we go to the next step, while doing your personal support worker program, you have to have your vaccination, like your COVID vaccine, your HEPA, all those stuff. And also police clearance. You have to get that from any, all of the stuff that I'm talking about. The school will support you from the very first start to the end of your program. So all of the vaccine, all of the police clearance, all of the, what else? Immunization. And then your CPR certificate, like the first aid, CPR, you have to have to get that during your program, or else you won't finish the program in general. So that's the important thing to note, because your community placement and the clinical placement, they need all those stuff. They need all your immunization. They need your first aid training like CPR or all those stuff, and police clearance as well. And then the next step, let's say, for example, you got your personal support worker certificate. Your next step is you have to build your resume or cover letter in a Canadian format, because that's the most important thing. A resume is just a one pager. You don't have to like make 2-pager resume or a 3-page resume. That's not good. I mean, you can do that if probably you have a lot of experiences being a caregiver or a personal support worker, that you did this like a couple of years ago, all this stuff. But basically, they only need recruiter usually needs a 1-page resume and a 1-page of cover letter. Like for example, you have to put your skills in your resume as well. What did you do in your community placement? What did you do in your clinical placement? All those stuff you have to put in there. You have to also put that you're a team worker because you're in a part of healthcare team. All those stuff. You have to put all of your skills, all of the duties that you do during your clinical placement, all of the certificates that you have. Police clearance, you already have that. Immunization, you already have that. All the vaccinations from COVID, all of just put every important information in your resume, and it has to be a 1-page resume. You don't have to like make 2-page or 3-page resume. That's not necessary. And then put where did you graduate. Like for example, there's a lot of colleges in Toronto that offer personal support worker program. You have to put that, and you have to put your reference. That's the most important thing. Reference could be your preceptor. Reference could be your instructor or your professor when you were doing your PSW program. I remember I put 2 references. One is my professor, instructor in the college, and one is my preceptor from Extendicare. So I talked to them like Miss, like for example, her name is Charmaine. Like for example, Miss Charmaine, can I be your like reference that I can put in my resume? Like all those stuff. And if you did, like for example, if you did a good job during your placement, clinical, whether it's in clinical placement or community placement, as long as you're a team worker, you're a diligent, you are not late all the time during your placement, they will say yes. I'm certain. I'm certain. 100%. They will say yes. So that's it. You have to do 1-page resume. You have to put minimum of 2 references, either your instructor, your professor, your clinical preceptor, all those stuff. And you have to put all the skills as a personal support worker need. Like for example, a team worker, empathy, compassion, passionate about helping people, all those stuff. And your cover letter, it has to be targeted. Like for example, you're applying in a hospital, like let's say Toronto General Hospital. For example, you're applying in Toronto General Hospital. Your cover letter should be targeted on the HR department of Toronto General Hospital. It's in there. Like for example, if you don't know the recruiter, just say HR department or people's department, and then Toronto General Hospital, people's department, and their address. And then dear to whom it may concern, or dear sir and madam. And then you have to put all of your information in your cover letter. It should be targeted. Not just like a general, like, dear ma'am and sir, I am a PSW and then I did all of my placement, this and this and that. No, that's not how it works. So yeah, that's the most important thing. If not, the most important thing is your resume, your reference, and your cover letter. That's it. Next up, where to find a job. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Go to Google. Like for example, you are living in Greater Toronto area, or let's say Scarborough, or Mississauga, or Hamilton, or London. Go to Google, long-term care facilities or community care facilities or any hospital in London, Ontario, in Hamilton. So check that right now. As you're watching the video, check that out right now. There's a lot of long-term care facilities that you can apply if you do that. That's what I did. That's what I did when I was looking for a full-time job. And like, for example, Saint Joseph, let's say Saint Joseph, you found a facility that's near to you, let's say Kennedy Lodge or Saint Joseph Lodge. There's always a career page on that website. That's where to find if there's opening for PSW, for RNs, housekeeper, maintenance, all those stuff. Whether it's full-time, part-time, casual. They will the website, the career page will let you know if they are hiring personal support worker. And if they are hiring personal support worker, that's the time you have to target through CV. Dear Kennedy Lodge, Kennedy Lodge, to whom it may concern, Human Resources Department, this and that. And you have to insert or, send an application. I'm telling you, there's a lot of long-term care, retirement homes, hospitals in Toronto. And if you can't find a job anywhere in Greater Toronto area, you can look for a job on the east coast of Canada. Like, for example, Nova Scotia. I remember when I was having an offer, but it's just part-time and casual in Toronto, I looked for any hospitals and long-term care facilities in Nova Scotia, and one of them actually accepted me as a full-time position, personal support worker position. Like, you have to get out of your comfort zone if you are really looking for a job, full-time job, and GTA doesn't have it, like for many reasons, like for example, then go somewhere else. Go to Southern Ontario. Go to Northern Ontario like me. I'm living right now in Northern Ontario. Go to East Coast of Canada. There's a lot of job openings out there. You just have to look. Go to Google, search any long-term care facilities, list them out, and then go to their career page. And then apply directly on their career page. And there's one more secret. For example, in our company, you can see the recruiter itself in our career page. Like, for example, let's say the company is St. Mary's Care. Go to their career page, and most likely there's a recruiter right there. The email is in the career page itself. Right now, I'm working in St. Joseph Care Group. I'm going to show you our career page. So if you go to career page in our St. Joseph Care Group website, there's right now, as I'm making this video, there's 7 positions of personal support worker in different departments, from BSO, from 4th floor, 2nd floor, 1st floor, or in other long-term care. They have it. We have it right now as we talk. Personal support worker. They're hiring casual, part-time, and even full-time, and even new graduate personal support worker. 2 years ago, I remember I applied to St. Joseph Care Group, which still I'm still with them. The job posting was new graduate personal support worker program. That's the link that I applied for like almost 2 years ago. And then after a week, they get back to me. I saw the recruiter's name. I saw the recruiter's email. So I sent her directly an email. This is what I've said. Like, this is not the exact words, but like, hey, blah, 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 her name. I saw that your company is hiring new graduate personal support worker. And then I just tell about myself on the email itself. Like, I'm a graduate of personal support worker in Centennial College. I did my clinical placement in this and this and that. And now I'm ready to work as a full-time personal support worker because I want to help people who are in dire need. That I have that I'm passionate of helping people, and let them know that you're in Toronto and that you're willing to relocate, all those stuff. And then after probably 2 weeks or a week, they get back to me. They sent me an schedule for interview, and it's just a phone interview. because I was living in Toronto at that time, and then they're interviewing me through phone, and then apparently I got the job. So you just have to look for any long-term care, like community or retirement home, or even hospital. Hospital needs personal support worker. They need it. So you just have to look for yourself. Just Google it. There's a lot in there. So you did your resume, you did your cover letter, you know where to find a job. That's all the secret. If you know the recruiter, just email them like directly. That's what I did like almost 2 years ago, and then I got a job. And then next, let's go to the next step, which is they called you for an interview. Let's say this is an interview. Before interview, like for example, your interview is 2 days. In 2 days, after they call you for setting up an interview, look for their website. Okay, look for their website, check their mission and vision. That's the secret, guys. Look for the mission and vision of the company that you're applying for, because I'm telling you, 100% they will ask you about it. What's their mission? What's their vision? What's their core values? What's the core value of the company? What do you know about our company? What do we do? Like all those stuff. So I reviewed the company, and boom, they asked me all those stuff. Like, what do you know about St. Joseph Care Group? What do you know about our facility? What's our core mission? What's our mission and vision of the company? It's in there. It's in their website. So once you get an interview, go look on the mission and vision of the company that you're applying for. I'm not mad. That's the secret, guys. If you got into interview, review about the company, especially if you're working as a nurse or a personal support worker. Look on their mission or their vision or core competencies. Like it's in there, it's in their website. Just look for it and then review about the company, all those stuff, their businesses, all those stuff. Google it right now. They ask me, why do you want to work in our company? How do you work with different people? How do you handle resident, especially when they're not when they're aggressive, all those stuff. When you're feeding, what are you, all those stuff. Like you have to know if they have allergy, what are their allergies, what are their specific food, do they want this and this and that. So you have to know all this stuff. But the most important thing is about the company. It's not all about you. No, I'm kidding. It's all about you, but you have to know their core mission, their core values. That's the secret, guys. And I'm doing this for free because I want all of you guys to get that job and make money and save for yourself and invest and build financial freedom. So yeah, I'm helping you guys because there's a lot of you who are asking in my TikTok channel. Thank you very much for following me on my TikTok and in my YouTube channel, how to find a job, where to find a job, where to look for a job. So that's it, guys. First of all, you have to look all the long-term care facilities, all the hospitals. Make your resume. It should be in Canadian format, cover letter, and then prepare for your interview. So yeah, prepare for your interview. That's the most important thing. That's the most important part. So yeah, and then I got a job in Nova Scotia. If you can't find a job in Toronto, guys, you have to relocate. There's a lot out there. Go out, get out on your comfort zone and look for a job out there in northern part of Ontario. This is where I'm living right now. It's cold, yeah, but like, I mean, at least I have a full-time job, right? Yeah, go to Nova Scotia, go to New Brunswick. There's a lot of jobs out there. Go to Newfoundland and Labrador. There's a job out there that needed a personal support worker or patient care attendant or healthcare aide. If you're living in Alberta or in British Columbia. So you just have to look for it. And then once you list all of it and then go directly on their webpage, apply it directly. If you see the recruiter's email and contact number, call them. Call them, guys. Call them. Send them an email. Tell them that I've seen your company, that your career page says that you're hiring personal support worker or patient care attendant, and I'm calling you now that I'm telling that I'm interested. All those stuff. That tell them that you can send them your email. All those stuff, guys. Just do it. I'm telling you everything, all the secrets, because I want you to get that job and make a difference on people's life. And at the same time, make moolah. So yeah, that's it, guys. Recap. Finish your personal support worker program. Get all the immunization, the vaccines, police clearance, the CPR, first aid training. You have to get that during your program. And reference, okay? Right now, you have to study hard. You have to make sure that you're in good condition or relationship with your professor, with your preceptor, all those stuff, because they can be one of your references. They can help you land that job, okay? Don't be late on your clinical placement. Ask your preceptor, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? All right? Can I do this? Can I feed blah, blah, blah? Can I feed this resident? I can help you on doing this. Like, offer, guys. And then once you have that, polish your resume and cover letter, okay? Make it targeted to that exact recruiter that posted the job posting. And then once you got an interview schedule, study for that specific company, okay? I'll look for their career core competencies, core values, all those stuff. And then once you got your interview, you have to study as well, like being as a personal support worker, what can you offer? Like, what can you offer on the table? How can you handle a resident? If he has Alzheimer's disease or dementia in general, and if he's being quote unquote, how can I say this, quote unquote, like he doesn't want to get changed or something like that, he doesn't want to get care done, what are you gonna do? Like, just tell them, you have to redirect the resident, all those stuff. It's in your program. The program will tell you all about this, on how to handle a resident. So you have to study it, even though it's fairly easy program, at least study it. And then go for interview, review for the specific company, and then where to find a job, Google it, list all of the long-term care facilities and even hospital or community or retirement homes. Go to their career page. It's in there. If not, call the HR if they have like opening. And if you're not lucky, go somewhere else. Relocate. If you relocate, for example, if you studied in Toronto and if you relocate 100 kilometers away from your main address, and if you got a full-time job, you can have 35,000 Canadian dollars incentive. 35K free money. So I talk about, I have a video about that in my YouTube channel. I'm gonna link down the incentives that you can get if you are a personal support worker, and if you relocate, and if you got a full-time job, and if you work there for a year, you can get 35,000 Canadian dollars. Yep. No BS, no fluff, just real facts. So there you go, guys. That's all my tips. If you have questions, just let me know in the comment section. I will try to answer it like, you know, as fast as I can. And thank you very much. We're growing like day by day. If we reach 2,000 subscribers, I'm gonna give you the tips, more tips on how to get and land that personal support worker jobs. So I want you to take care, keep grinding, look for that job, and apply for it. Thank you, and ciao.